join me in welcoming the Winter 2014 candidates for graduation from the College of Education and Human Services, the College of Health Professions, and the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business. in welcoming the platform party to the arena stage. Please rise for our national anthem, led by the NKU Department of Music students Brittany Berry, Taylor Staples, Kyle Heinrich, and Calvin Horner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome Ms. Sue Ott Rowlands, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, to the podium.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 42nd Annual Commencement Ceremony at Northern Kentucky University. I'd like to start with a thank you to our students for their wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Today we honor and celebrate the class of 2014. You did it. Graduates, will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. At this time, it is my great pleasure to introduce the distinguished members of the Platform Party. I will ask them to stand as I call their names and remain standing until we have introduced the group. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Representing the NKU Board of Regents, Chair Dennis Repenning, Regent Stephen A. Meyer, Regent Richard A. Bainey, Regent John Jose, Regent Brenda L. Wilson, Regent Andre R. Ward. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. Jeffrey S. Mearns, President of Northern Kentucky University. Dr. Jonathan Reynolds, the 2014 Frank Sinton Milburn Outstanding Professor. Frank Birkenhauer, President-elect of the Alumni Association. April Sears, representative of the class of 2014. And Dr. Stephen Weiss, President of the Faculty Senate and Grand Marshal. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. Thank you. And now the deans of our academic colleges. Dr. Becky Porterfield, Dean of the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business. Dr. Cynthia Reed, Dean of the College of Education and Human Services. Dr. Denise Robinson, Dean of the College of Health Professions. Dr. Catherine Frank, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Kevin Kirby, Dean of the College of Informatics. And Mr. Jeffrey Standen, Dean of the Chase College of Law. Please join me in recognizing our academic deans. Members of the President's Executive Team, Dr. Sue Hodges-Moore, Senior Vice President for Institutional Effectiveness, Mr. Ken Butoff, Athletic Director, Mr. Eric Gentry, Vice President for University Advancement, Dr. Peter Gittow, Vice President for Student Affairs, Ms. Catherine Hershedy, Executive Assistant to the President and Secretary to the Board of Regents, Mr. Ken Ramey, Vice President for Administration and Finance, Dr. Kathleen Roberts, Senior Advisor for Inclusive Excellence, and Mr. Joe Wind, Vice President for Government and Community Relations. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. And finally, other members of the Platform Party. Dr. Arna Almquist, Associate Provost and Dean of the Library. Ms. Karen Zerhusen-Kruer, Executive Director of the NKU Foundation. Mr. Pat Moynihan, Vice Provost. Dr. Ryan Paget, Assistant Vice President for Student Success and Assessment. And Dr. Jeffrey Waple, Dean of Students. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. The journey to graduation is filled with many people who make a difference in our lives, and many of these people are here with us today to help celebrate this momentous event. I know the class of 2014 will agree with me that they could not have reached this point without the support of their family members. Will all the parents of our graduates please stand and be recognized? Now remain standing, and I'd like to ask grandparents, stand and be recognized, spouses, partners, children, and family members, friends, and general acquaintances. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Next, I would like to recognize the faculty. I cannot stress enough the importance of our outstanding faculty who daily demonstrate a deep dedication to helping our students achieve their goals. It is my pleasure to ask all members of the faculty to stand and be recognized. Thank you. Our commencement speaker today is Dr. Jonathan Reynolds, the recipient of the 2014 Frank Sinton Milburn Outstanding Professor Award. This award honors a faculty member who has demonstrated excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service over his or her career. The monetary award is made possible by a generous gift from Dr. Carol Swartz Milburn in honor of her late husband, an inventor known as the Cornfield Edison, who devoted his life to helping others turn ideas into reality. Dr. Jonathan Reynolds is an internationally acclaimed scholar in African history. His seminal work, Africa in World History, Prehistory to the Present, now in its 3rd edition, has been among the most popular introductory course textbooks for the past decade. He has served on the executive board of the World History Association, as well as associate editor for World History Connected. Dr. Reynolds weaves his research and unique insights from extensive travel in sub-Saharan Africa into the classroom and into his role as advisor to the award-winning chapter of Phi Alpha Theta. He also plays a mean guitar and does vocals for 46 Long, a 2-time winner in WNKU's Top 89 albums. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jonathan Reynolds to the podium.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Graduates doing well? Yeah? Faculty, all the grading done? No. Hang in there. All right, wow, this is a real honor. It's a real pleasure to be here. This is an unusual kind of presentation for me. Normally, I'm presenting on things historical and African or world historical. I asked President Mearns what I should talk about today. And he said, well, why don't you give a historical overview of all 54 African countries individually? Just take about an hour. And then he said he was just kidding. And so what I wound up with, actually, is I'm gonna talk about some odd stuff. I'm gonna talk about fish stringers, or more specifically, one fish stringer. I'm gonna talk about really big boxes that spend their time traveling all over the world. And then I'm gonna talk about 2 things that people do, and that is create systems and then disrupt those systems. And I'm going to try and make that relate to your education so far and your future careers, graduates. So, but as commencement speaker, I have certain duties. The first is to be upbeat, because nobody wants to be depressed on the day you get your diploma. But I do get to be meaningful and maybe even poignant and serious at the same time, and I also need to be brief, so I will bring it in well under that 1 hour I was offered. But before I get to fish stringers, I want to give you one simple piece of advice. And that is, and Provost Suat Rowland's already sort of hinted to it, always be thankful. And always show your appreciation to the people who have supported you and helped you get to where you are today. And in that vein, I want to be an example of being thankful. Sitting right over there is my beautiful wife and my 2 fabulous children. My beautiful wife is Dr. Ngazi Victoria Uti. She is herself an alumna of NKU from some time back. And let me just be really honest. To do all the things you got to do to compete for the Frank Sinton Milburn Award, much less put all those things in a binder that winds up weighing like 20 pounds. You can't do that without serious support, and I've been very, very fortunate in having that support. And beyond that support, I have had love, encouragement, and I have been inspired almost every day. So thank you, Victoria. And my beautiful children, William and OGA, too. They put up with a lot of books. Poor kids, I've been writing books as long as they've been alive. They've already lived through like 3 of them. No children should have to do that. All right, here we go, back to systems. People do make systems. It's kind of what makes us different from every other critter on the face of the earth. Polar bears have instinct. But if the polar ice caps melt out from under polar bears, they don't come up with a new way of living, which is one reason why we don't want polar ice caps to melt. People design systems constantly and then constantly refine those systems to help us do things more efficiently. And when I say a system, by the way, I'm talking about a network of people and resources and capital that's all brought together to produce a specific outcome. Your education is a system. For example, use the transportation system to get here today. Many of you will probably go out to dinner at a restaurant, and if you have ever worked in the food service industry, you know that every restaurant has a system for getting people in, getting them fed, taking their money, and getting them back out the door. And as an example of a system, I want to use this commencement. Think about it. When all you family and friends were coming in today, you were directed through the traffic system to find the best possible parking place, I hope. And then you were guided across campus by signs, and you were brought in here to sit. At the same time, all of the graduates were being guided and marched in very carefully ordered lines. And over here, there are places where they will put their feet on each side to have their pictures taken. And up here, everybody's got little X's. This one says Dean. We'll see if the dean stays in that place. I actually found out this morning that there's something called dean creep, where the dean works his or her way closer and closer to the podium, and they're not supposed to do that. Another favorite part is the handoff of the diplomas. Watch President Mearns and Professor Weiss. It's like ballet, while they're constantly supplied by the fabulous diploma people with a fresh supply of diplomas, and it never stops. But my favorite part of the system will be a person right over here to the left of that podium, and that person will have a fish stringer. And that person will take the name card of each person who comes up. They hand it to the person at the podium. Their name is read out. And then the fish stringer person takes the card and impales it on the string and collects it. That's a system, and it is highly refined. In fact, I want to give a shout out to Kathy Stewart, who is the person behind this fabulous system. So everybody give it up for Kathy, because it's working. Yeah, she's over there. This is a great example of what people do. Your education here at NKU was part of a system, and that system was largely, not entirely, but largely designed to train you to get a job, to give you the skills you need in order to go out and get a job and become a productive member of society. And behind that training, you have a transcript, you have a major, you have a grade point average, you have references written by your hardworking, dedicated, and very good-looking faculty. And those all together make up a metric that say how well we think you are qualified for those particular jobs in your field. And in many ways, your professional success in whatever field you find yourself after graduation will reflect how well you can fit into, contribute to, and perhaps even further refine that system that you have joined as an employee and professional. Now, so far what I've been talking about is the kind of stuff that tends to make university presidents, administrators in general, bureaucrats, politicians, bosses, and parents happy. It's the idea that when you came to NKU, you spotted a job that there was a demand for. You trained for it and developed the skills, and now you're going to go out and you're going to get that job, and you're going to earn a salary, and you're going to buy a house. You might choose to raise a family, and you're going to buy stuff to put in that house, and you're going to pay taxes. And that's all good stuff. Society, in no small part, depends on all of that. But it's not that simple. And by the way, be careful. As a historian, I think that things are complicated. And so I'm going to complicate the whole story here a little. There are people who tell you things are simple. These are often people who want your money, or want your vote, or want both. So there's a complication to this wonderful plan that we've constructed, this wonderful educational system, in order to help you get a job in some sort of professional system out there. and that is the fact that things change. Your major or your chosen career is aiming at a specific point in the sort of ongoing transition in the economy of this country and this world. And it is possible that the job you have trained for may cease to exist one of these days. That entire field may vaporize, or it may shrink, and it may be that much harder to get a job. Now, why is this? Sometimes it's because something really big happens. World War II, very big and disrupting of systems. But it can be a lot smaller and less noticeable than that. Things change because people constantly move. And when people move, at this very moment, by the way, there are hundreds of thousands of people flying around the air of this planet at barely subsonic speeds. And there are huge vessels carrying stuff all over the world. And as a result, culture is constantly changing as people move. As cultures come into contact with another, they exchange ideas and ways of living, and stuff gets different, and that disrupts systems as well. But more to the point for this presentation is that often what is a refinement in one system is something that will disrupt another system. And that's because all of our systems are interrelated. None exist independent of one another. And this is where the great big boxes that travel all over the world come into this presentation. Once upon a time, every port city in the world employed stevedores by the hundreds, if not the thousands. And stevedores were people who muscled stuff off of boats and then transferred it to carts or cars, which then took that stuff to trains and then transported that stuff to other places. And that stuff that came off the boats and went on the trucks and went into the trains could be little boxes, it could be big boxes, they could be crates, they could be pallets with weird shaped stuff, they could be big coils of wire or rope, they could be big barrels of beer, it could be anything. And each thing had to be removed individually. And that took thousands of human labor hours to achieve. And then, starting in the 1950s, we started to move stuff around the world in a different way. We started to put it in what are called containers. Now, if you work in the transport industry, or if you have ever been a stevedore, you know what a container is. A container is a regularly shaped box. It's 10 feet high, 10 feet wide, and 40 feet long. And instead of loading stuff off and on the boats individually, you put all that stuff in a container that's going to go from one point in the world, perhaps southern China, all the way to Baltimore. And then when that boat shows up in Baltimore, a crane is going to grab that container. It's going to pick it up and put it straight on the back of a truck. And that truck will then drive to exactly where that stuff needs to go. That's why there aren't any more stevedores, right? This is also why, by the way, that stuff is so cheap now. It used to be really expensive to move bottles of wine from Australia to the eastern United States. But now, because of containerization, it pretty much makes zero difference in the price of wine. That wine can be from California and not cost a penny less than that wine from Australia. Containers also brought us Asian tiger mosquitoes. So those darn little black and white mosquitoes that bite you all day long, we got those from containers too, but that's a completely different story. The point here is that what was a refinement in one industry had far-reaching impacts on other industries. It helped the wine industry. It also destroyed the furniture industry in the United States. Once upon a time, it was believed that big, heavy, bulky stuff had to be made locally. It made no sense to move furniture from Europe or Asia to the United States because it was just too darn expensive. That sofa would cost $5,000. But thanks to containerization, now your sofas can come from China. More recently, my wife bought us a very nice new coffee table. It came from Vietnam. And probably out of its $350-odd cost, probably only $2 or $3 of that cost came from transportation. And that's what we historians call the death of distance. Here's the rub. The pace of innovation is accelerating. We have 7 billion very smart people on the planet Earth right now, and there are more and more people coming up with innovations, which means the level of disruption in economic systems is increasing. And so even if you think you've got a rock-solid career right now, few people say there's anything better than nursing, right? Always need more nurses, and right now that's absolutely true. But it could very well be that within a few decades, artificial intelligence will be doing much of the basic triage sort of work that nurses are doing today. Similarly, truck drivers may be put out of business by self-driving trucks within the next decade or so. So what do you do when faced with this incredibly depressing information I've just given you? There are answers. You might not want to hear them, but I've got them. One, never stop learning. You're not done when you graduate. What I and all your other hardworking, good-looking, and very dedicated faculty hope we have done is not only provided you with the tools to go out and start a job tomorrow, but also to keep educating yourself as you need to do. Also, be flexible. You might find yourself doing something that you didn't think you were going to do in the beginning. When I started college, I thought I was going to be a mechanical engineer or maybe a psychologist, and I wound up as an African historian, which nobody saw coming. But also, one last bit as I wrap this up, I would like to encourage you to remember and reflect on the utility of your Foundation of Knowledge courses that you have taken on the way to your graduation. As an advisor, I know there's an ugly tendency of students to think about these classes as somehow wasted time. I really wish I could put more time into my blank major courses and not have to take geography or anthropology or biology. But these courses have a powerful potential for helping you navigate a difficult and changing workplace environment. First of all, they let you see beyond the different local economic, political, and cultural systems in which you exist. And being aware of those broader themes that are going on in the world is crucial to navigating a changing economic environment. And secondly, and perhaps even more important, these courses are crucial to understanding people in all their diversity, in all their complexity, and all of their similarities as well. And this is a skill that never becomes obsolete. It never becomes obsolete to understand human beings. Indeed, you may well find out that it's that level of understanding that it means more to your success in your chosen career or careers than the actual skills necessary to perform that job in the first place. Thank you all, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Our student speaker, April Sears, graduated this past August with her Master of Science degree in nursing and was the recipient of the Outstanding MSN Student Award. Throughout her time at NKU, April worked as a critical care nurse, traveling in Indiana, Kentucky, and California. She is a member of numerous nursing associations, and after completing her degree, she obtained board certification from the American Nurses Credentialing Center as an adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner. She is currently working as an ICU intensivist and plans to pursue her doctorate degree in nursing in the future. Please join me in welcoming April Sears to the platform.
Good afternoon, administrators, faculty, platform guests, family, and friends. I would like to start out by congratulating the graduates. As Sue said, we did it. We chose to let go of our fears and doubts, and we chose instead to pursue our dreams. We knew furthering our education wasn't going to be easy, and I know there were days when I daydreamed about a future of not being in school, about coming home from work and not having essays to write or web meetings to attend, but we knew it would be challenging. And rather than taking the easy route, we accepted that challenge in order for us to pursue our dreams. When I was originally asked to speak here today, my first reaction was, well, to panic, but my second reaction was to accept, because I've never let fear hold me back. My third was to research what other wiser minds have said on such a momentous occasion. So when I came across some advice from Jim Carrey in his 2014 commencement speech at the Maharishi University of Management, I too was surprised that wisdom can come from the most unexpected of places. He said, "All there will ever be is what's happening here and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based on either love or fear." So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. So today I want to congratulate the graduates on making decisions out of love and for not giving in to fear. You are all a testament to what one can do when they put their mind to it. It is true that we all have to wrestle with our fears, and there will always be challenges. However, we can choose to perceive these challenges as opportunities for adventure, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. What we perceive as unconquerable is just fear doing the talking. As graduates, we have planted our flag on the top of our metaphorical Everest. And although base camp might have seemed more practical, we here today have faced fear. We have persevered, and now we can plant our flag on the summit at 29,000 feet and enjoy the view. And it is grand from up here. Remember what you are feeling today. You should feel proud of your achievements, excited for your future, and empowered by your training and knowledge. Your future is whatever you decide for it to be. For the families and friends attending today, thank you. Whether you know it or not, you have all made a huge difference in our lives. For me, I have always known I could overcome anything because I've seen my parents' unwavering strength. I get my endless curiosity and desire for adventure from my extended family, who are always out exploring and experiencing new things. And then there are my friends, who have always been there to support me and to help me realize and achieve my goals. Graduates, please take the time to reflect and acknowledge the influence of everyone who has sacrificed their time to be here and celebrate with us today. From all of us, we thank you. Last but not least, I would like to thank the faculty here at NKU. Your support and advice will stay with us forever. It has been an honor to have been chosen to speak with you today, and I would like to leave you with this message. Whenever you look to the future and find yourself doubting how far you can go, take a moment to look behind you and just remember how far you have come. Let the challenges become adventures, and always make the most of the journey. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Frank Birkenauer, President-elect of the NKU Alumni Association.
Good afternoon. As President-elect of the NKU Alumni Council, I am pleased to offer my sincere congratulations for all the hard work you have put into reaching this milestone. I also would like to welcome you to the club. As graduates of Northern Kentucky University, you are now officially members of the NKU Alumni Council Association. No, don't worry, you won't be getting another bill from NKU. It's part of what you carry with you from this institution alongside your degree. In fact, every NKU graduate in this arena is part of the Alumni Association, and we would like to take a moment to recognize each of you. I ask, if you hold a degree from NKU or Chase Law, could you please stand and be recognized at this time? Thank you and all you do to support and represent NKU. The mission of this club, of which you are now a member, the NKU Alumni Association, is to connect alumni to strengthen relationships, to celebrate the university and alumni successes, and to lead endeavors that further the interest of the university and its supporters. Simply said, the Alumni Association's mission is to connect, celebrate, and be leaders. Some of you may be surprised to know that NKU has alumni all over the world doing great things, and many are sitting right here in this arena. Our message from the Alumni Council, as you go forward developing and using what you experienced here during the last months and years, please continue to associate yourself publicly with this great university. It is your personal driving character that has made this day possible. The alumni community looks forward to connecting with you and celebrating your personal accomplishments, not just today, but as you go forward. You are the face and identity of this great university. Continue to connect with this place. Provide a continuum far into the future so others can experience the celebration and expectations that you are experiencing today. It's easy to stay connected with your fellow alumni. Join the NKU alumni community online. You can click on the Alumni and Friends on the NKU website. You could friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and join us at the many alumni events we host each year. I personally get great enjoyment coming back to this university. I've graduated in '92, and I was back in '95 with my master's degree. And every time I come back to this university, I see the great changes that have occurred in this great place. Continue to associate yourself with this university. It is certainly proud to associate with you. Many great people from all over the world have previously walked across this stage, and now you are one of them. And I congratulate you, and go Norse. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Jeffrey S. Mearns, President of Northern Kentucky University.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege, a true privilege, to serve as the President of Northern Kentucky University, and it is an honor to make just a few remarks to you this afternoon. And I emphasize the words few because I recognize that I'm the final speaker that stands between you and the diploma, which is the main reason you came here to be with us today. So you, our graduates, continue a tradition of excellence that has characterized this university since its inception more than 40 years ago. We have hundreds of distinguished faculty who are dedicated to teaching and to scholarship. We have more than 1,000 talented, outstanding staff who are devoted to your academic success and to your personal well-being. In our commencement ceremonies today, and those two ceremonies, more than 1,300 students will receive a degree from our university. More than 290 of those women and those men are graduating with academic honors. Individually and collectively, you have worked hard and you have accomplished a great deal. All of us, the faculty, the staff, your family, your friends, all of us, we are very proud of you. You also represent the continuation of a tradition of service that permeates our institution. Our students, our faculty, and our staff regularly and enthusiastically engage in many activities that serve our community and that serve our Commonwealth. At our university, we value and we encourage that service. We also support and proudly and publicly recognize those men and those women who have served in our military. This past semester, more than 500 of our students were United States veterans. In order to enable their success, our university has a variety of special support services, including a Veterans Resource Station. The mission of this center is to provide services that increase the likelihood that veterans, student service members, and their family members will complete their educational goals. At this university, we feel a special obligation to serve these women and these men because they have courageously made great sacrifices to protect us and to protect our country. Today, in our two commencement ceremonies, 22 veterans are receiving a degree from Northern Kentucky University. And I ask the graduates and everyone else in attendance who are military veterans to please stand so that we may recognize your service. All family, faculty, friends, any graduates, please stand. Thank you for your service. And so do you, our graduates. For each of you, today marks a beginning and an end. It is the end of an important part of your formal education, but it is the beginning of the next phase of your life. Whether you embark on a new career or whether you continue in your current occupation, or whether you choose to continue your education, you will draw upon the knowledge that you have gained and the skills that you have developed here at Northern Kentucky University. I am confident that you are well prepared for the exciting opportunities that await you. Let me give you just a few suggestions. You have pursued and obtained an education in order to advance your career and to provide for yourself and for your family. But no matter how you choose to earn a living, please remember to continue to serve your neighbors by volunteering with charitable organizations and civic associations. You will find that such service is very rewarding, and it will enable you to live a meaningful life. Throughout your experience at our university, I hope that you have been challenged to exceed your own expectations. Do not settle to just be average. Please commit yourself to excellence in everything you do. Be excellent. But always remember that professional success and personal satisfaction require more than knowledge and talent and hard work. Be sincere and speak the truth. Model integrity and value integrity in others. Character matters, and so does heart. Within each one of you, there is some special motivation that brought you to our university and that brings you to this place at this special time. To arrive at this destination, you have overcome many obstacles. There are likely to be more challenges and some disappointments in the days to come. But never forget the dream that brings you here today. Whenever you feel discouraged, recall that personal aspiration. Summon your special dream. Pursue that dream with unrelenting passion and with abiding courage. We believe in a better future, in a world that will be more just and that will be more peaceful. But our faith in that brighter future is dependent upon you and upon your commitment. Our future rests in your capable hands. Our future is dependent upon the courage of your convictions. We believe in a better future because we believe in you. And so finally, on a personal note, please never forget to show your appreciation and your affection for your family and friends and for all of the other people in your lives who have helped you become the talented women and the talented men that you are. Honor their gifts to you and repay the debt that you owe to them by sharing your talents and your good fortune with others. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for permitting me to share this special day with you. I wish you all the best, great good luck. Thank you. So now let's get to the business at hand. Will all the doctoral, master, specialist, baccalaureate, and associate candidates please rise? That's you. And so, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Kentucky through the Board of Regents of Northern Kentucky University, I hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended. I now declare you a graduate of Northern Kentucky University. And bachelor and associate candidates, you can now move your tassels from right to left. And so please be seated, and we're going to get started. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Reed, Dean of the College of Education and Human Services. Mr. President, Provost Rollins, and honored guests, I'm very honored to present the women and men who have successfully completed all requirements for their Doctor of Education degree in Educational Leadership. Completion of this degree serves as evidence of each graduate's commitment to rigorous learning, and engaged leadership and service in our schools, agencies, and communities.
Receiving the Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership degree from the College of Education and Human Services are Nora Leah Simmons Dunn. Richard S. McKenzie.
It's now my honor to present the women and men who have successfully completed all requirements for their education specialist degrees and their master's degrees. Earning an education specialist degree is evidence of each graduate's commitment to professional growth, and my pages are sticking, and study in order to better serve our schools, agencies, and communities. These candidates have successfully completed all requirements for the degrees for which they've been recommended by the faculty. The College of Education and Human Services also offers master's degrees, including the Master of Arts degrees in School Counseling, Teaching and Education, the Master of Science degree in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, the Master of Social Work degree. These candidates have successfully completed all requirements for the master's degrees, indicating commitment to their own professional growth and to their profession.
Receiving the Master of Arts in Education from the College of Education and Human Services are Margaret von Boit-Zerhusen, Christy Jane Daughtery, Kelsey Myers Hamilton, Jennifer L. Harris, Abigail Lauren Jaspers, Alana Corinne Rowland, Christine Marie Seaver, Carrie Skirchok, Erin Marie Spranley, Elizabeth Sullivan, Don Eker Brunderman, receiving the Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling degree from the College of Education and Human Services are Candace Marie Alig, Catherine Elizabeth Allegree. Leah Christine Bach. William F. Cates. Kara D. Harris. Jennifer Lynn McIntyre. Lindsay Marie Schrader. Colleen Patricia Sweeney Delzati. Jennifer Tanner. Felicia Dangerfield.
It is now my honor to present the women and men who have successfully completed all requirements for the bachelor degrees for which they've been recommended by faculty. As a graduate of the College of Education and Human Services, these women and men engaged in a rigorous program of study that included many opportunities for applied learning. As such, they're well prepared to provide service and leadership in our schools, agencies, and communities.
Receiving bachelor's degrees from the College of Education and Human Services are Nicholas Charles Apostle, Elaine Arnett, Emily Suzanne Bauer, Sarah Teresa Bingen, Mackenzie Lynn Blair, Jacob Atticus Bainey, Stacy M. Brown, summa cum laude, Caitlin Celeste Carr, Ashley Renee Chambliss, magna cum laude, Angela Clark, magna cum laude, Caitlin Nicole Clark, Lori A. Dunn, Gail Leah Fleming, summa cum laude, Candace Lynn Glon, magna cum laude, Robin Michelle Hoskins, magna cum laude, Kenda Coles, Emily Taylor Lawson, Ashley Brooke Maines, Shayna Kalaine McCarty, Melinda Marie McInturf, summa cum laude, Joshua Scott Miller, Samantha Jo Morris, cum laude, Rachel Elizabeth Mullins, Jill Marie Newsom, Lauren Jean Olson. Abigail Marie Packer, summa cum laude. Allison Paige Ponzer. Emily Brooke Riley. Kimberly Clarice Russ, cum laude. Kathleen Sargent. Chelsea Ray Schrichty. Kayla Nadine Shook, cum laude. Megan Marie Smith. Abigail Marie Snowball. Cassandra Dawn Tanner, magna cum laude. Brianna Tracy. Elizabeth Gale Temperer, cum laude. Alexis Montgomery Walker, cum laude. Randall Charles Wilson. Courtney Nichelle Wren. Shelby Elizabeth Brown. Taylor G. Clark. Jacob Alexander Curtis. Gary Quentin Dunn, magna cum laude. Lauren Michelle Eberly. Oh, I'm sorry. Lindsay Michelle Eberly. Sorry. Carrie Elizabeth Franzen, summa cum laude. Elisa Hoschchild. Mandy Hope Hubbig. Yvonne Humphrey Sweat. Samuel F. Kramer. Kayla Danielle Otter. Christopher M. Will. Brittany Elizabeth Banner. Christy Blanchette. Hope Elizabeth Bowman, cum laude. Lindsay Jordan Chappell. Brittany Noel Collins. Emily Jo Dade. Catherine Taylor Daughtery, cum laude. Brian Dell, magna cum laude. Cassandra Lynn Desmaris. Samantha Marie DeWald, summa cum laude. Brad Michael Foreman, cum laude. Devin Elaine Hanna. Trisha Elizabeth Herring. Jennifer Louise Hauser. Taylor Renee Hughes. Brooke Michelle Jones, cum laude. Alexandra Grace Klein. Heather Catherine Lewis, cum laude. Christopher Allen Mindegruen, summa cum laude. Jason Thomas Merrick, cum laude. Aaron Lee Mersch, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Meyer, cum laude. Samantha Ann Murphy. Aaron Lee Parrott. Samantha Powell, magna cum laude. Josuela Lachelle Price. Elizabeth Catherine Ratchford, cum laude. Nancy Elizabeth Regensberger, cum laude. Garnisha Janae Sanford. Bridget Elizabeth Schaefer, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Danielle Denise Spears. Michelle Catherine Tensing. Morgan Ann Thomas. Bomani Ajamu Tahimba. Jacqueline Suzanne Vertrees. Tasha Michelle Wright.
Good afternoon. I'm Denise Robinson, Dean of the College of Health Professions. Mr. President, I'm honored to present the graduate of the Doctor of Nursing Practice who has successfully completed all requirements for the degree. This degree prepares future nursing leaders with a focus on practice that is innovative and evidence-based. The graduate is to be celebrated for her devotion to her studies and completion of the rigorous requirements for the degree.
Kimberly A. Deppy.
Mr. President, I'm honored to present the women and men who have successfully completed all requirements for the Master of Science in Nursing. The MSN degree offers majors in nursing administration, nursing education, nursing informatics, and advanced nursing care as nurse practitioners. The MSN graduates lead change, promote health, and elevate care in various roles and settings based on their specialties.
Receiving the Master's of Science in Nursing degree from the College of Health Professions are Tamika Lynn Ald. Joanne Lynn Brome. Stacy Markham Carter. Stacy Nicole Caudill. Nicole Marie Clevenger. Mila Michelle Daniel. Stacy Marie Flaherty. Kristen Gam. Kelly Helen Haslin. Allison Elizabeth Meager. Nancy Marie Meyer. Julia Lynn Moreland. Danae Nikki Nelson. Sarah Nicole Newberry. Shannon Teresa Ormond. Abigail Denise Shemansky. Johanna Smith. April Sears. Elizabeth Marie Spitznagel. Kimberly Lynn Stoffer. Holly Suzanne Vandergriff. Jessica Rose Vanillia. Megan Lynn Wells. Brenda Wooster. Jody Ann Yee.
Mr. President, I'm honored to present the women and men who have successfully completed all requirements for the bachelor's degree in nursing and health science for which they have been recommended by the faculty.
Receiving bachelor's degrees from the College of Health Professions are Teresa Ann Bauman, summa cum laude. Valerie Rose Coleman. Nanette Marie Blankenship. Brandon Robert Bosch. Megan Marie Bose, cum laude. Elizabeth Lynn Brossert. Tara Jo Bisking, magna cum laude. Veronica Ann Kane, magna cum laude. Jennifer Joyce Daniels, magna cum laude. Leslie Joy Elrod, magna cum laude. Mary C. Meyer, cum laude. Lori Ann Oakley, cum laude. Nicholas Anthony Severing, cum laude. Ashley Ann Smith, cum laude. Tara Nicole Wagers. Christina Marie Young. Armina Delic. Caitlin Hope Fox, magna cum laude. Colin Taylor Friedley, cum laude. Shelby Elizabeth Graham. Erica Jane Hackman. Jacqueline Nicole Hindy, cum laude. Carla Marie Hillebrandt, cum laude. Jillian Hoffman. Erica Danielle Igo, cum laude. Tanessa K. Jordan. Ashley Alicia King. Alan Norbert Kramer. Jennifer Marie Kramer, cum laude. Christiana Marie Matthews. Ashlyn Nicole Mintz. Caroline Ann Messmer. Teresa Maria Meyer. Jamie Lee Million. Cleopatra Egham Nayo, cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Perry. Andrea Marie Peterson. Adelaide Rose Richardson, cum laude. Amanda Nicole Rottmuller, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Sanders, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Scherer. Carmen Alyssa Schneider, cum laude. Emily E. Sellers, summa cum laude. Jennifer Rose Selmeyer. Whitney Charla Smith. Alexandra Elizabeth Sorrell, cum laude. Lindsay Arlana Spinlove. Lindsay Rebecca Steffen, magna cum laude. Angela Julia Stevens. Lauren Ashley Thurman. Brittany Ivana Walker. Catherine Suzanne Washam. Allison Marissa Weirman. Ashley L. Wehage. Christopher Chase Weiler. Kelsey Lane Williamson, cum laude. Lauren Michelle Young, cum laude. Melanie Zylick.
Good afternoon. I'm Becky Porterfield, Dean of the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business. The Haile U.S. Bank College of Business offers 3 graduate degrees: the Master of Accountancy, the Master of Business Administration, and the Master of Science in Executive Leadership and Organizational Change. The achievement of earning these graduate degrees is an indication of a strong dedication to learning and to leadership. Mr. President, it is an honor to present the men and women from the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business who have successfully completed all requirements for the master's degree for which they have been recommended by our faculty.
Receiving the Master of Accountancy degree from the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business are Sarah Elizabeth McConaughey. Catherine Shenamblo. Michael Turner. Receiving the Master of Business Administration degree from the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business are James Daniel Alexander. Brian Lee Clifford. Kevin N. Duke. Oh, shoot me. Amy Marie Evans. Michael Scott Games. Christina Marie Giles. Amanda Igo. Taylor Devin Jenkins. Jessica Ann Miller. Carla Leonora Suarez Lemo. Kyle S. Wanek. Jessica Lee Young. Receiving the Master of Science in Executive Leadership and Organizational Change degree from the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business are Catherine Ray Berger. Nancy Ardila Bottoms. Stephanie Angela Clemens. Kathy Guadalupe Espinoza Espinoza. Joseph Stephen Gears. Mary Madeline Johnson. Gwendolyn Ann Kelly. Lisa Marie Lockhart. Yes. Heather Lynn McNichols. Cornelius Emeka Onyekelu. Thank you. Mary Elizabeth Ritchie. Brian Dale Seifert. Rick James Sumner.
Mr. President, it's both a pleasure and a privilege to present the men and women from the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business who have successfully completed all requirements for the associate and bachelor degrees for which they have been recommended by our faculty.
Receiving bachelor degrees from the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business are Amanda Renee Abel, Dylan Arthur Adams, Mahmoud Ali Al-Sawaf, I got you, I'm impressed, Jafar Al-Abdul-Mohsen, Yara Abdullah M. Al-Gamadi, Sakar Abdullah Anajran, Yasser Rezi K. Alotabi Sr., Abdullah Ibrahim Arabiz, Mutab Asera, Rola Salah Assad, Andrew M. Ashmore, Darlena Badgett, Marissa Lee Bales, Jason Balzer, Lisa Nicole Barnett, Delana Shea Beckham, Adam Earl Bell, cum laude. Benjamin Vincent Bessler, David James Bachweg, Robert Jeffrey Bowl, cum laude. Awa Adama Bore, Jeremy N. Brierly, cum laude. Jennifer Renee Brown, Ian R. Bryant, Cindy Lou Butler, oh, you want us, Ricky? Rocky Sento, Brandon Christopher Collins, Louis Cannell, Amanda Dawn Cook, Alexander Lewis Crawford, Andrea Titania Corcoran, Holly A. Crossway, Katie J. Dannenfelser. Dustin Micah Diarse. Tyler Paul de Bellevue. Matthew William Dickman. Alexander M. Dunn. Lindsay Nicole Ellman. Kristen Elizabeth Erskine, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Farney. Angelica Oriel Gartrell, magna cum laude. Krista Noel Agnes Gels. Andrea Marie Gentili. Brady Nicole Griffin. Britton Dean Grubb. Zachary James Halpin. Mark Richard Hans. Eric Lewis Halbner. Ben Robert Hauke. Victoria Elizabeth Hausfeld, magna cum laude. Danielle Hayek. Elizabeth Ellen Harold. David John Hills. Jeffrey Weston Hinton. Carla Howe. Cassandra Marie Hules. Oh, wow. Jordan Richard Hughes, summa cum laude. Matthias Timmy Caddick. Serene Shetlam. Catherine Elizabeth LeClaire. David A. Lyserson, magna cum laude. Kelly Ann Manning. Kayla Abri Marino. Trevor Scott Dunaway, magna cum laude. Evelyn Marie Lear, cum laude. Mohammed Mbai. Alexander Robert Metzer. Lauren Marie Meyer. Michael R. Morgan, cum laude. Jamal Morrow. Aaron Joseph Knoll. Louisa A. Oder. Austin Michael Palmer. Jeffrey Dale Perkins, cum laude. Robert Peterson. Gabrielle Elise Peyton. Abigail Marie Jacob. Kevin Jeffrey Priggy. William Thomas Raby, summa cum laude. Ethan Vaughn Rankin. Adam G. Reynolds, cum laude. Cameron Lee Reynolds. Corey Robert Richmond. Eric W. Robertson. Anthony Adam Russell. Zachariah Joseph Russell, cum laude. Kevin Rust. Maria Christine Salerno. Corey Robert Sand. Zachary David Schmidt. Sydney Rose Schwabach, cum laude. Brian Matthew Sechrist, magna cum laude. Yakub Sidia. Danielle A. Sims. Maria Suzanne Small. Alexandra Michelle Smith, magna cum laude, University Honor Scholar. Jordan Bradley Smith, cum laude. Mason Scott Smith. Travis L. Smith, magna cum laude. Nicholas Victor Spire. Holly Ann Stefanos, summa cum laude. Tyler Wayne Stewart. Michael David Stricker. Erica Lynn Tenorino. Benjamin Francis Tepe. Chad Michael Thornton. Amber Joyce Wagaman. Jovana Vidojevic. Matthew James Warner, cum laude. Emily Christine Westendorf, magna cum laude. Gregory Lee Willett. Catherine Lenore Yaki. Matthew T. Cole. Zain Mustafa Salik. Farron Jade Erskine. Receiving associate degrees from the Haile U.S. Bank College of Business are Grant Rothenberger. Jeremiah B. Pedersen. Chastity Nagel Teagarden with high distinction.
Congratulations once again to our 2014 graduates. Please rise and join in the singing of the Alma Mater. The words to the Alma Mater are printed on the outside back cover of your program.
us seek the higher virtues. Guide us to the greater truth. Northern, northern alma mater, may our lives enrich your name, and in time leave us your children better far than when we came.
That concludes our commencement ceremony. Please remain standing while the platform party and graduates leave the hall. Graduates, to ensure a safe and orderly exit after the recessional, we ask that you meet up with your family and guests promptly outside the arena. Thank you all for coming, and once again, on the behalf of the Board of Regents, the administration, and our faculty, I congratulate the class of 2014 and wish you the best of continued success. Thank you.
Haile.